GamerCast Network.
Hey. All right. It's a video game show. It's a video game show. It's not a game show about videos. It's a video game show.
Welcome to the GamerCast Network video game show for Sunday, October 28th, 2007. This is episode 61. I'm Chad, and this week for the roll call, when I say your name, tell me your favorite scary video game. And joining us this evening, the birthday boy himself, Ivan.
Yay. The original Silent Hill was one of the few games that actually just made me want to curl up in a little ball and rock back and forth. The whole theme of the game is kind of spooky, and then they also have a bunch of just cheap scare moments. Like you're walking into this abandoned something or another that's got a locker room, and the whole time you can hear like this rattling, and you walk up and you see this one of those little like bowling ball sized lockers, and you know there's something in there, and you're trying to prepare yourself, but you like walk right up to it, and out jumps this like completely skinned dog and just jumps out at you and starts attacking you, and it's spooky.
A skinned dog would be spooky. Yet, if you were in Asia, that would be a delicacy, because it's already skinned.
Oh.
Very well played.
I never saw the Silent Hill movie. Is that any at all scary? Or is that like a good horror film? Or
It's not really horror. I would call it more like drama,
suspense,
thriller, suspense. Yeah, there's some scary moments. There's a character in the game Silent Hill called Pyramid Head, thus named because he's like this large buff wrestler type looking guy with a giant metal pyramid helmet thing.
Going out on a limb here.
Yeah. He makes an appearance in the movie, and he's actually pretty spooky because he's just got like this giant Japanimation Final Fantasy sword that's, 4 times the size that he is, and he's just hacking through things.
Next on the list is Keith.
I'm going to go with the first game I can remember having that feeling with, and that was Space Hulk. It was a computer game. It was a Warhammer game where you were Space Marines on a big ship, and so you would just walk along the ship, and then you'd hear, all the growling and everything coming from all around you, and then they would just kind of bust out through the walls and fly at you, and it was actually pretty scary.
Uh-oh, Keith. Published by EA.
Yes, I know that. That was probably why it scared me so much.
Very good. When a game can scare the mighty Oot, I guess that says something.
Yeah, baby.
And finally, Bob.
I don't have an answer to this question.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, yeah, you do. You said Alice was spooky.
It was spooky.
creepy.
It wasn't scary. I was actually thinking about this question earlier, and I'm surprised you had an answer, Keith, because I was going to bring up like the last time me and you went to a haunted house. You remember that, didn't you? It was like the lamest trip to a haunted house ever because neither of us had enough sense to be scared. Like the guy with the chainsaw would jump out and be like, "Oh, I'm going to cut your head off," and like we just stare at him. He'd like go away, go back to the thing, and we'd be like, "Oh my God, a chainsaw!" So it was like, yeah, we're just kind of dumb.
Well, since Bob can't be scared.
Bob is fearless.
Too dumb to be afraid.
The only game that I can honestly say, I wouldn't say it scared me. It wasn't scary, but it did have some moments, was the original Doom. When you turn off all the lights and sit there and go in those dark zones and have the strobe effects and that kind of stuff.
Ivan and Chris ruined that for me, man. Nothing's scary when it goes.
Unmodded Doom, it had a whole little thing. And then when Doom 3 came around, that wore kind of thin, and yeah, that was crap. A good scary game I did find some scary moments in was Fear, because they did some of that other kind of scare, which is like things are there for a moment, you turn back and they're gone.
Geist was pretty frightening. You had haunted mop buckets. I mean, you could possess a mop bucket. Oh yeah, dude, it was.
What was this for? I have never played Geist. Maybe I have. I just don't remember it at all.
GameCube?
Yeah, it was a game where you could possess people and objects. So the whole point was you could possess like a light switch or a mop bucket to try and scare. Yeah.
I'm a bucket.
You literally you
out.
all you do is
Socks all wet. Ain't nothing worse than a wet sock. Because you walk around and it makes your foot go squish. It's the worst feeling ever.
you possess the mop bucket, and you know how they have the squeegee lever? You would make the squeegee lever move, and it would frighten the janitor.
Or you possess the light switch and make the lights go on and off.
Because, possessing the light switch, it's frightening.
Right. Of course it is.
I don't know. I just possess printers and have them do printer jams all day just to piss off office workers.
PC load letter, what the hell does that mean?
Error 666.
This week on the GamerCast Network. Gamertag Radio celebrates Halloween this year with a world-exclusive podcast interview with Sega about their upcoming game Condemned 2 Bloodshot. Achievement Junkie celebrates Nelson hitting 10,000 gamerscore points, the release of the Xbox Arcade, and what you think of commentary in games. Uncle Gamer covers the latest in gaming news. Be sure you don't miss the debate about the role of arcades in today's gaming climate. Danger, horror, fear. Don't miss the special Halloween edition of the Sarcastic Gamer podcast. Listen if you dare. Yeah, it's that scary. Podtacular is the unofficial Halo Universe podcast. Fill your head with one of the most popular gaming podcasts on the internet. Discover the website that brings you all of these great episodes and headlines at GamerCastNetwork.com. That's GamerCastNetwork.com.
Next topic.
Since Ivan is now an MVP, he was granted gifts from the gods. So, talk up Guitar Hero 3.
Gifts from the gods.
So far, it's pretty good. It's a lot like Guitar Hero 2. There's a couple of annoying features, I guess. You'd think by now.
Features.
And Guitar Hero 2 was pretty straightforward. If you wanted to play multiplayer co-op and just play through all the songs, you went to multiplayer and then co-op. Right, that's pretty easy. So Mary comes over and we pop the game in. I suppose it's my fault. I didn't read the frickin' screen. I just went straight to multiplayer and then straight to co-op. The first two sections are available and we play through like 7 songs. And at first we're all annoyed because when you finish the song, it doesn't record your score. We're like, well, that's odd. So we play through 7 songs, and we still haven't unlocked any additional levels. So we play the 8th song, and it still doesn't. So we're all going, what the hell? I go all the way back to the main menu, and there's career mode, and then I see that there's co-op career mode. So they moved that whole section to a different menu. So we had to start all over again, which wasn't too bad because, we were having fun. The gameplay is very similar. You still have to hit the fret buttons and the strum right when the little Bebos come at you.
Does it feel the same, hitting the same timings? Because people are saying there's a bigger window for hitting those notes.
I think there is. And the very first comment Mary made while we were playing is, does the timing seem off? There were some timing oddities. I don't know if they were too fast or too slow or what was going on, but it felt different. Even on easy sections where you have like one note and then you have to hold it and then just one other note. I would miss those sometimes, and I'm not really sure why.
Is it harder than Guitar Hero 2?
We started off playing on medium, and it was about the same pace as the first 2 games. I haven't even tried hard, obviously.
I did read somewhere that some people were saying that hard on Guitar Hero 3 is like expert on Guitar Hero 2.
That kind of sucks then. Makes you wonder what expert mode is like. I haven't even touched the single player game yet. Not quite sure how the single player with the boss battles go. In battle mode wasn't where you're switching off lead guitar parts. It's kind of like a puzzle game, like newer Tetris games where they have the head-to-head mode where you can collect power-ups and shoot them over to your opponent. With the star power things, as you hit star notes, instead of getting star power, you get something you can send over to the other guy. Like you can get a string breaks and you have to push a specific fret button a bunch of times. And there's some really annoying things like you can force what they call the lefty flip on your opponent, which means you have to flip your guitar over to your left hand. It winds up being just really annoying and not fun at all.
How are the songs?
So Guitar Hero 1 had a bunch of really good songs that I liked. There was a White Zombie song, Megadeth song. Guitar Hero 2 had a couple of songs that I liked, but I agree with Keith. I think the set list for Guitar Hero 2 is kind of lacking. It seems so far that Guitar Hero 3's got a bunch of really good songs. And there's a couple of songs which I really don't like. Black Magic Woman by Santana. I never did like that song. That's in there.
Magic Woman.
No, that's a different song.
I know, I didn't know it, so I kind of made one up as I went.
Let's get to the bigger issue, I think, with Guitar Hero right now, is the guitar itself. So what do you think of it? You have the new, what do they call this one?
It is the Gibson Les Paul.
And this is wireless.
For retail, yes, it's wireless. What they sent the MVPs was the demo kit. It's essentially the same kit they sent the retail stores, and that is actually a wired controller. So one of the things that have changed throughout the Guitar Hero histories. The guitars have progressively gotten better. I liked the Guitar Hero 2 controller over Guitar Hero 1, and the Guitar Hero 3 controller, looks aside, I think feels and plays the best. The buttons don't feel too bushy, but they don't stick. They don't like wiggle. When I say wiggle, so there's a hole cut out in the plastic of the neck, and obviously the button sticks through. I know in the Guitar Hero 1 controller, the button would get loose and it would actually slide back and forth a little bit and sometimes get stuck, underneath that hole that it pops through. The Guitar Hero 3 controller doesn't feel like it's going to do that. The buttons feel very solid.
Ivan, have you seen that Guitar Hero community site at all they set up? The one really nice thing about that, though, is that's cross-platform. Those leaderboards, you can actually do the leaderboards against the PlayStation 3 version, the Wii version, and the Xbox version. The thing is, the site also actually has stuff for doing, I guess, like online tournaments. They track the song of the week. And the one other thing they support on this community site is local events.
Well, that's cool.
You think that's cool, but when I first, I was looking at the site just to see, and people are already spamming the local events. Because the first event I saw was for something in the Philippines called XXX Sora, and the description is, you like so, yeah.
Sweet.
Well, who doesn't?
I many don't, but,
many don't like.
Apparently this local event system was put in so people could get together and play Guitar Hero at local places. I imagine they were thinking of local bars or local gaming cafes or those kind of things. I wonder what happens when little Timmy signs on and sees down the street in the warehouse district of his place as a Guitar Hero thing and wants to go check it out and see people who yes.
And we come full circle back to the hey.
Next topic.
So, since I edit the show, I sit there for hours on end listening to us talk over and over and over again. I realized something when I was editing the Hellgate talks we did last week. We never actually really talked about why we like Hellgate London.
It's freaking cool.
Beyond that, in a little more depth here.
It's really freaking cool.
Bob, why do you like Hellgate London? I hear really freaking cool. I'm going to come out to California and kick your ass.
It's
Say that.
exceptionally chilly.
Okay, so there are games out there like Guild Wars and World of Warcraft. To you, what makes Hellgate better than those kind of games?
It's fast. I mean, honestly, that's the biggest reason I like it. Well, we like RPGs. Been, again, trying for years to find just a nice MMO-style RPG game that we can all play that none of us have to DM for. The problem is our style of gameplay is not what apparently the 7 million plus people who play World of Warcraft like. So every game caters to that kind of grinding, slow, monotonous auto-attack gameplay, which is boring as hell, and we lose our interest and leave. There's two things that are good about it. Okay, one, it's fast, which is fun, which means you're killing not just one thing, you're killing hordes of things. There's a lot going on because it's not just you level, stuff happens, then you end up waiting for the next level before you can improve your guy at all. You're like constantly upgrading weapons, you're constantly improving gear and trying to find the little bits you need to upgrade it and stuff. And it's one of these things where it's like once you get your gear right till you like it, you level again and you can make it even better. It's like, oh god, you got to scramble again to find stuff. It's that way, but not annoying. If it's not a true FPS, it sure as hell feels enough like one, especially when you go into first-person view and you're jumping around and shooting at things. The thing is, it's not that you can't dodge. If somebody fires like a bolt of fire at you, you can see it coming and move out of the way. So it's not like an MMO where...
Yeah, where even if you move, it heat seeks to you. Yeah,
the effects are there just to show you what's going on rather than a representation of what's actually happening. So area of effect attacks from bosses are a lot more of a problem than just single attacks are. Because if they fire something and 20 bolts of flame come at you, it's a lot harder to dodge out of the way.
Oh, one other thing, in the beta, the overall tone of the game, it wasn't very serious when you talk to the people in the game. Yeah, we never talked about the characters at all. Now, apparently that's changed for the retail release.
Yeah,
you
like
mean that's
that
all
one...
going to change? Oh, like the one guy babbling about omelets or something. Something about
he might still babble, but it's like, remember, like every guy in the game was either insane or a blatant homosexual, like would hit on you and make comments about your thighs the entire time you were talking to him. Yeah, they got rid of that. So the game felt a lot better. I was actually glad they did it. Or that one chick at the store who every time you walked up to her was like, "Is that a heavy weapon in your pocket? Are you happy to see me?" And it's like, let's consummate our conversation. I was like, dude, what are you doing? I'm trying to buy an analyzer. Just lay off. Did you guys ever go to a Oxford circus station? There's some Indian guy there, and he just cursed, like, constantly. He's like, "Thank you for shopping! Try not to get killed by the shit I just sold you!" Honestly, yeah, it's funny, but it really didn't go with the tone of the game. Where everybody's supposed to be all, like, morbid and humanity's on their last legs.
Wednesday is the day it starts up online. It's going to crash and burn horribly for everyone out there. So enjoy Hellgate as much as you can try. Bash your head into a wall many times.
Yeah.
Well, the single player works, right?
But you can't use that character later on in multiplayer. It's Diablo, too.
Oh.
See? So it's like you can play, but why?
Little Timmies out there must have their single-playerness.
I'm sick of little Timmy ruining everything cool because we got to worry about what happens to little Timmy.
Well, there are people out there who don't have the broadband connection in the middle of, Kentucky.
They shouldn't be playing video games. What are you doing with a computer without a broadband connection? Honest to God. Seriously, why did you even bother? Just saying.
Yeah, jerk.
Yeah, screwing up Bob's gaming right there.
Yeah, that's right. They are. Damn it.
Because God knows the beta would have went a lot better if the devs didn't have to spend 90% of their time doing the single-player stuff.
That's right. And the game would have worked on Wednesday, which it won't now. Because they didn't bother to use the beta when they had the chance.
Wow.
Next topic.
This is a very weird story, and I'm trying to wrap my head around this one. There have already been some gaming awards for 2007.
Okay.
2007 still got 2 months to go.
Well, hang on. Let me tell you the story here. This is from BAFTA. This is the British Academy of Film and Television. This is their 2007 Video Game Awards. The major winner in this one was Wii Sports, which took 6 categories like casual, gameplay, innovation, multiplayer, sports. Now, here's where things get a little odd. They had a category for technical achievement. The nominees were Crackdown, MotorStorm, Okami, Gears of War, God of War 2, and Uncharted, which is a PlayStation 3 game that isn't even out yet. It's coming out next month.
How the hell does that work?
Now, for their Best Game of the Year category, here were their nominees. On the list, they had BioShock, Gears of War, Guitar Hero 2, Wii Sports, Kane and Lynch, which is a game that's coming out next month, and Crysis, which is still coming out in a month. How do you have 2007 awards 2 months ahead of... Has British perfected time travel?
Probably.
They must have. They're going backwards and forwards. Guitar Hero 2 for the PlayStation 2 came out last year. The Simpsons game isn't out yet either. That's on their list for story and character. There's a bunch. This is ridiculous. Wii Sports won for strategy and simulation. But I mean, is the point there?
There's
that
strategy to bowling. It's not what.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, is the thought there that you're simulating sports? I mean, because if that's true, then by definition, every video game is simulating whatever it is that you're playing. So every game should be in there. How does, under use of audio, how does Crackdown beat like Guitar Hero?
Well, they have the guy that goes, "Skills for kills, agent. Skills for kills."
Yeah.
And how did the orange box get nominated by its as a unit for action adventure? Like you get Half-Life 2 and Team Fortress 2 and Portal in there too. So all 3 of those games combined weren't as good as Crackdown.
Okay, here's a question. Do video game awards really matter to you guys? Do you care?
No.
Not in the slightest.
Spike TV puts out their video game show.
Spike TV, I don't even acknowledge. I'm not even joking. That's not a video game award show in any way, shape, or form. Those people have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah, they're ridiculous. Because they're notoriously done by people who don't have a clue about video games. It's nice that video games is getting some mainstream attention, but this is bad mainstream attention. And to people who don't know a lot about video games, they're seeing a side that is fake. This isn't what video games are about.
There's really not a governing body. Like, if you have the Academy Awards, it's the Academy of Motion Picture Sciences or whatever. It's like, okay, they have some clout. I mean, you can't just like, we're Spike TV and we're going to vote. It's just like, okay, that's fine. Go ahead and pick.
So do you think there should be established some governing body?
You think would almost be I don't know, not a union, but like every other occupation has a professional organization. I'm surprised video game developers don't have one.
But yeah, who decided it's all advertising, it's annoying. Who decided that video games need awards anyway? You know, who decided
Again,
that?
if there's a professional organization, that'd be one thing. I mean, that's what the whole, the Oscars came out of. It's just like, I think they were giving out awards anyway. And it's like, okay, well, maybe we want to televise this, and everybody watched because it was all glamorous in Hollywood. And
But the other thing is, when you have an award show, usually you have, like when you go watch the movies, you see Ang Lee or you see Harrison Ford receive an award for something. When you're going to see, like, the guy who made Crysis, okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like some dev. Hi, I was the lead designer in Crysis. My name's Jack. Hi.
Thank you for this award.
Next topic.
One other topic here, which people are making a big deal out of, and I don't see why they're making a big deal out of this, is that, okay, so there's an Eye of Judgment game, which is a PlayStation 3 game that's coming out that uses the PlayStation Eye toy. And Eye of Judgment is a collectible card game like Magic. It's actually done by Wizards of the Coast. And the way it works with the PlayStation 3 is it's an augmented reality game where you have the Eye toy camera pointed at this playing mat, and when you put the cards down, the camera recognizes the cards, and on the screen it makes, like, things appear, creatures appear on top of the cards. So as you're moving the cards around, you can actually see the little things fighting as you're playing the card game. So it's kind of like a cool little, it's a gimmick. When you buy the Eye toy right now, you get starter packs and booster packs, because Wizards of the Coast is actually marketing this Eye of Judgment game as a normal collectible card game. There's rarities, there's rare cards, there's ultra rare cards.
That's dumb. That's just dumb. Buy more of this, buy more of that. It's like, come on.
Well, here's the thing. People have figured out the way the iToy recognizes the cards. You can easily just have a friend scan some cards, print them out, and then use those rather than actually buying the booster packs or buying the starter decks as Wizards of the Coast wanted you to do.
I mean, we started doing that. Like, we needed a couple cards. Instead of buying them, we just went and printed them off and made a proxy when we were playing. But we were playing with each other, so it didn't matter.
That's the thing. Apparently, people out there on the gaming media sites probably haven't played Magic and don't realize that this has been done before with Magic and Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah. This is nothing new.
Because you do that to see if, like, the deck works, and then after a while you get sick of playing with pieces of paper and you'll go out and get the real cards anyway.
Yeah, so this is really nothing new out there. But now, Keith, you don't like the fact that they're tying this game to the cards?
I do give them some credit in that aspect. Like, okay, they actually are using the eye whatever for something. But I don't like the fact that it's tied to the collectibles. I don't like that.
I disagree, because if this game would have come out and it would have just been Magic the Gathering and then, like, use the iToy and then watch, like, your force of nature materialize on the screen and go kick the crap out of your opponent's kobold, that would have been funny. That would have been kind of neat.
But this is a new game. That's what I'm saying.
So, well, what's the difference? Play this one, too. I mean, if the game sucks, then don't buy it and don't play it.
But, I mean, this is going to turn out to be one of those games where you'd be completely gimped if you don't get the new cards or packs.
I think that's a lot of crap. I can still kick most people's ass with a deck full of commons. Tom.
Yes, I remember hearing stories of people, I mean, not just that, but also people who have these $1,000 decks getting beaten by a kid who just goes and buys a starter deck.
In fact, that's one of the most satisfying things to win, especially when, like, we used to play it way back when at Twinsburg, and there were tons of kids there, and every now and then we play with them, and they're sitting there spending their parents' money. Their decks are worth, like, $1,000 because every single card in there costs, like, $40, and I come in, just, like, pick, just like a starter deck and a couple of things, be like, hold on a second. All right, let's play, and then win. You get all pissed.
Next topic.
The Atari story is kind of strange because I think the guy who founded Atari is going senile.
Sweet. Oh. Old people are awesome.
This is Nolan Bushnell, who is the creator of Pong, and he was the founder of Atari. And apparently he made a statement saying that video games today are a race to the bottom. They are pure, unadulterated trash, and I'm sad for that. Yeah. And what he wants is games that are more social, so families can get together and play video games like they're board games. And this is where I think the whole senility thing's coming in, because apparently he's never heard of the Wii.
Right.
I mean, the Wii, isn't that like the point of that? party games.
Yeah.
This sentence he says right here, a lot of video games today are very isolated because Pong really got the family together.
Later on down here, he says his personal favorite game of all time is Breakout, and how ungroup oriented is Breakout.
God.
I mean, even back in the day.
I hate Breakout games.
Yeah, regardless of the gameplay, even when it came out originally, it was one player playing, and then when that player died, your friend next to you could play.
Like the old school multiplayer Mario Brothers.
Right.
You play until Mario dies, and then Luigi gets...
My turn, it's my turn! It's my turn! Give me the thing, it's my turn! Dude, oh, you killed Luigi! Well, yeah, no, I'm Mario again, so, okay, you're just gonna have to wait till I die. Just gonna have to wait.
So he's complaining about
He's a retard. Next.
Next topic.
Well, continuing with Atari here, since this guy started Atari, let's have one little thing of Atari follow-up here, in that Atari is not looking too good in the short term here, because they had to get a loan to sustain their operations for the short term for $10 million. And that still isn't enough, because they're still looking for more funding sources. It's kind of sad that Atari is. I mean, Atari is one of the founding fathers here of video games, and now they're...
Well, I mean, we thought they all died 15 years ago, and then they showed up again as a publisher. We're like, oh, Atari's still around, so...
Well, they're publishing Dragon Ball Z games. It's good for them. And they're publishing your Mask of the Betrayer for Neverwinter Nights too.
Which I bought yesterday.
I've been playing the actual first campaign. I like the dwarf, but I want to kick... How do you kick someone out of your party?
Have you gotten the Neverwinter yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, when you get there, there's an inn, and you can leave people to rest at the inn. So yeah, you can don't worry about it.
I don't like that chick, the tiefling chick, and in hindsight, I wish I let her die.
Yeah, you kind of can't. I tried, the second time I played the game. So yeah, because that's how you always play these games. You make the honorable kind of fighter guy first time off, and then you make the guy who wants to destroy all of existence the next time off, and just be as evil as humanly possible because the game's totally different. So yeah, on my second time through with the guy who was completely evil, I tried everything I could to kill her and couldn't.
Here's one question. I know there's been a lot of trash talking about Neverwinter Nights 2's performance and gameplay issues. There were lots of crashes and things just did not play well. Have they fixed any of that?
I didn't play it that much after I got the new graphics card, but I did play it a little bit, and already this seems to be running a lot better. The graphics look a lot nicer. It hasn't crashed on me yet, so that's nice. This game has been taking ever since it came out, and for the life of me, I can't figure out why. It's so much really cleanly done, nice game, and it's fun to play, and it's probably, as far as shininess goes, this is the shiniest damn game I've ever played. There's just magic flying out everywhere.
What is the combat like when you play the game in terms of fighting? Is it World of Warcraft-ish, or is it...
Sort of. It's
quicker than World of Warcraft.
It's probably as close to a real-time literal interpretation of D&D rules as you can possibly get.
So it's not turn-based? It's not
turn-based, no. It's real-time, but it's like you get, they have all right, this is how long a round is. It's 6 seconds or something, and you get 2 attacks each round. And so you'll see your little attack meter cool down after you swing your sword once. And, and it seems kind of dumb when you're level 1 because you're attacking so slow, but I mean, your attacks go up pretty quickly. Depends on how you like to play, because a lot of the stuff in this game, it was weird. They have this new strategy mode where it lets you play like an RTS, so you can it's more of an overhead view, and you can pause the game and set up your guys wherever you want them to go. It's just, I guess, if you like controlling the 3,000 people. I don't. I always play in character mode, and if my other teammates die, I could give a crap because it's not my problem.
I don't give them any potions.
No, those are for me.
If you die, dude, well, you know what? Learn to fight better.
And if I don't like a guy, rather than just kicking them out of my group, first I'll take all of their stuff, sell it, then kick them out of the group.
That was Video Game Show episode number 61 for Sunday, October 20... What was it, Ivan? 28th.
28th.
2007.
Hey, way to be angry when you say it.
It's your birthday, man.
Well, that's my point, is you should all be remembering it because of the...
It is a holy day. I took the day off of work.
It's a holy day of obligation.
I filled my pants with pudding and bought a bearded dragon.
Well, that's what you have to do. That's part of the observance.
Ivan, being at your birthday, would you like to give any Shattered Dream pies to the world? I'm not even going to say ham sandwiches because that's, why spread love when you can spread hate? It's so much easier.
Ham sandwich to me for my birthday.
Shattered Dream pie for you for your birthday. You're one day closer. You're one day closer to dying. Enjoy.
I hate you all.
Yeah, we hate you too. Happy
Our work
birthday,
here
buddy.
is done.
Ham Sandwich to take over from our forums. He's taking part in a marathon for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's Team in Training. You know, they do endurance things to raise funds for researching cures for leukemia. I'll put a link in the show notes to his donation page at Teams in Training if anyone in the audience wants to go help out.
Yeah, Shadow Dream Pie to the Cleveland Indians.
They tried.
Go Tribe. Go Tribe. Oh, they always try. They never succeed.
And they choke right at the last minute, right when they're on the verge.
That is our way. This is the way of the people of Cleveland. We always look like we're about to do something really impressive and then fail. Or maybe that's just me.
No, I think you're right. I think you're right on that one.
One last reminder about our Battlefield 2 and Battlefield 2142 PC game giveaway, brought to you by Zeus Hates You from our forums. All you have to do to win is submit an audio question via Skype to Video Game Show, or call us at 320-300-GAME. That is a standard long-distance call, and all normal fees apply. The top 2 audio questions will receive a game. When you submit your question, leave us a way to contact you and indicate which game you would prefer. And as always, send your comments, questions, queries, or concerns to the mailbag at mailbag@videogameshow.org. And I guess that's a wrap. Good night.
Did you just cut your finger off so that it didn't hurt anymore?
No, I had...
Finger hurts. I'll just cut it off so it doesn't hurt anymore.
I get very, I like to have things in my hands most of the time. Just like pens or pencils. And next to my...
I bet you do.
Yeah, I get that out of your system. And I have
Man, all I had was a Bob Dole joke there, but sorry. Go ahead.
No, I have one of those packs of those wire things, you know, those wire tie downs that, you know, you pull
Zip
tight.
ties?
The zipper kind, you know, where you pull tight and it zips up.
Zip ties.
Zip ties, and I put it around my finger and zip tied it. But
Ow!
it's off
And
now.
people say I lack common sense.
Is that why your finger hurt?
Oh yeah, I pulled it so tight it was cutting the blood off to my finger, so I had to get some scissors and cut it off. But
Fearless leader who's supposed to be above all that.
Oh, wait! I never said I was above all that.
You're as big an idiot as we are.
Oh, God.
You've been deceiving us all this time.